Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the Noon News from Montana's news leader.
Good afternoon, and thanks so much for joining us here on the Noon News. I'm Samantha Sullivan. Well, after a busy day in Billings on Wednesday, the Vice President is spending the day in Yellowstone National Park. Vice President Mike Pence and his wife Karen left Billings this morning just before 9 a.m., landing in West Yellowstone not long after. The Vice President will tour Old Faithful along with Secretary of the Interior David Bernhardt. Around 12:30, Pence is set to deliver a speech about the administration's support to rebuild national park infrastructure. The Vice President and Second Lady will then wrap up their visit and head back to Washington, D.C. this afternoon. Now, yesterday was a busy one for the Vice President as he stopped in Billings to learn more about Montana's meth problem from those who live it every day. It started with a roundtable discussion with local and state law enforcement, as well as area healthcare professionals. Senator Steve Daines, who traveled with the Vice President, talked about how the meth we see today is different than the homegrown meth we heard of years ago. He says it's coming up from Mexico and is easy to get, cheap, and more potent than ever before. While the Vice President talked about the importance of stopping those who are profiting off the drug trade, he also emphasized the importance of recovery and rehabilitation.
You are caught up in drug abuse and addiction. In the grip of addiction here in Montana, there is help. The people of this state and this nation want to put their arms around you and help you restart your life free of drug addiction.
Now, Montana Senior Senator Jon Tester thanking the Vice President for taking the time to visit Montana, but offering some sharp criticism over budget cuts to the very program that the Vice President was here to learn more about.
I think it is great that Vice President Pence is in Montana today to talk about drugs, the opioid and meth epidemic that is plaguing this country, and Montana is no exception. But I also think that it takes more than just lip service to solve this problem. There's a program called HIDA. It is critically important that we get funded and funded adequately so we can stop the drug epidemic that's occurring across this country. Unfortunately, the President's budget cuts that program. That's not the direction to go if we're going to really attack this problem.
Now, in other news out of Washington, a federal agency is recommending that White House advisor Kellyanne Conway be removed from federal service. The U.S. Office of Special Counsel says Conway violated the Hatch Act on numerous occasions by making disparaging comments about Democratic presidential candidates while speaking in her official capacity. Special Counsel Henry Kerner wrote a letter to the president detailing their investigative report, but the recommendation carries no actual power to remove Conway from her position. That decision is up to President Trump. Well, now we'll turn things over to Ed in the Weather Center. Ed, how are things going out there?
We've got some changing conditions over the next few days and just a few things to keep aware of because we're all enjoying a lot of the summer sunshine, but that's also going to be offset by a couple of things. The temperatures will continue to run warmer than the 30-year average over the course of the rest of the week and heading into next week as well, but they will vary a little bit. 70s and a lot of 80s today. We could even see some low 90s. We'll show you where in a few minutes. But with that warm up, there's also enough snow in some of the mountains, especially in southern Montana, that we're still seeing some of the waterways as a hazard. At afternoon, showers and thunderstorms will continue to pop up, but the location of those storms will vary a bit almost day by day. We'll take a look at those forecast details coming up.
Thanks, Ed. Well, tribal leaders are bumping up a reward to help find a missing Native woman who has been gone almost a year. The Tribal Council is now offering a $10,000 reward for information about where Jermaine Charlo might be. The previous offer was $1,000. Now, last week, family members asked the council to increase the reward money. The funds would only be paid out if the information leads to criminal charges being filed in this case. In addition to tribal funds, the community has also pitched in more than $3,000. Charlo was last seen in Missoula last June. Anyone with information about her disappearance is asked to call law enforcement. Well, the Missing Indigenous Persons Task Force entered its second day of training this week, learning from law enforcement. Wednesday's meeting focused on the difference between a missing or abducted person versus an adult runaway. Experts say sex traffickers usually establish a romantic relationship with their victims to gain their trust before abducting or trafficking them.
You can't help but be affected by hearing what happened to them and all of the things that they've gone through. And so again, my hope, and I think probably for the task force itself, is so that we don't have to have those stories like that out there anymore.
Now, experts do say the typical age for young adults to be abducted or trafficked is between the ages of 12 and 15. Well, in other news this afternoon, it comes decades too late for some, but Navy veterans exposed to Agent Orange during the Vietnam War are finally getting some help. The Blue Water Navy Vietnam Veterans Act of 2019 passed the Senate Wednesday and is now headed to the president's desk. That act changes the current law to guarantee that veterans who served off shores of Vietnam can get access to health care and benefits. Currently, those benefits only apply to those who served inside the country. Both Montana senators played a part in passing that